My name is number 7, and I'm looking for Dave. Pardon me. My name is number 4, and I'm looking for Sissy. Where is Sissy? Sisyphus. Harlan. I'm looking for Harlan. My name is obviously number 7, and I'm looking for Harlan. My name is still number 7, and I'm looking for Dave. Is he living in 1963? How many times would I need to turn this thing? Because, isn't each turn of the dial 1 minute? 63, 1963? Do I have to stand here for hours turning this freaking... It's gonna take a long time. I would rather use the DeLorean. I feel that this is inefficient. Where is the DeLorean? Actually, where's number 5? He can just blink, and then it's 1963. But number 5 is not with us, I suppose. He gave up his life because the Kugel Blitz, the horror, Jennifer's body, Jennifer's horror, Cthulhu, demanded that number 5, Hargreaves, give up the ghost. And he's a good Christian man, so he was all, sure, what do I have to live for anyway? My girlfriend is leaving me for her husband. He really missed Dolores. He really missed Lila. Because Dolores, Lila, her new name is Lady Loki. Dolores, Lolita, Lolo, Lila. She was cheating on her husband, Diego. And number 5, he was 63. Everyone believed that he was 63. Would you look at him? He's obviously 63. And she, how old was she? 39. Let's pretend she was 39. No, she was 35. She was 31. She was 35. And he was 63. And Diego totally forgave her. Of course he did. It's Lila. He forgave her. And, but you know what? At the end, while they were standing in a circle with the rest of the cult, they held hands. And Lila decided to stand in between number 5 and number 2. She was holding hands with the Kraken, and she was also holding hands with the boy, because she was just like Bella Swan. Her new name is Bellatrix. She is the trickster. She's Bellatrix, Bella Swan, and she's a black swan. That's why her name is Lolo Lila Smith. Her name is Lila Pitts, and she's the Lie Smith. But what do I know? I'm just Jerry. And no one listens to Jerry. We called him Agent Smith because he was totally a CIA agent. And then we started calling him High Five because he was just like number 5 from the Dark Horse comics. And we're all, hey, it's High Five. Is he high or is he low? And then we started calling him Low 5. And then we started calling him Low Lie Smith. And that evolved into, hey, are you like Agent Smith? And he went with it. He was a really good actor. He could sit in a room full of Bible-thumping freaks, and with a straight face, he would be all, I am a 63-year-old man. Would you look at me? I'm obviously a 63-year-old man, and I'm also a chain smoker, and that's why everyone calls me High Five. And they were all, makes sense. This makes perfect sense. It was a cult, and he knew it was a cult, and he knew it didn't matter what he said. He could say anything. They called him Lolo Lie Smith, and then they started calling him the God of Chaos. And then, he was real mischievous, and he would be all mischief managed. My name is Jamestown. Number 5, James. And they were all, makes sense? Number 5, his name is James. His God-given birth name is obviously James. He was, the mailman. And then they started calling him Jimmy. Because he was Jimmy. Hey, it's James, Jimmy. But then they started calling him Jamie. He didn't like being called Jamie. So he changed his name again. And he was all, my name is Saul. I'm totally a lawyer. And everyone, they were all, okay, number 5, his name is Saul. But then some of the superstitious cult members, they told him that name was bad luck. You should change your name to Paul. He shrugged. He was all, fine. My name is Paul. Who gives a toss? My name is 5. But sure, I'm 63 years old, and my name is Paul. Actually, I'm even older than that. I'm a vampire. I'm 263 years old. And they were all, yeah, this kid, he's obviously a vampire. He's so pale and slim and small. He looks like a 10-year-old boy. But he's obviously a 263-year-old vampire. But you know what? You're as handsome as Gallagher. The man from The Bear. You look just like the man from The Bear. The cook. You're as handsome as he is. Therefore, your name is Paul. He was all, yeah, my name is Paul, and I am 263. It was a cult. And he was all, and I'm totally a double agent. I'm working for the CIA. And they were like, yeah, he's working for the CIA. Would you look at him? He's an FBI agent. Would you look at him? Use your eyeballs. They humored him. Of course they humored him. They thought he was adorable. They didn't actually believe anything he said. They thought he was a pathological liar. And he knew that they thought he was a pathological liar. He, let's just say he cultivated a reputation on purpose. He wanted them to think that he was a silly little boy. He's totally bipolar, and he's got borderline personality disorder, and he's been touched by the tism. Be nice to him, huh? He's just like Elon the Musk Tusk. He's a genius and a protege, and he's just like Iron Man. But he's decided that he wants to wear a Spider-Man costume. So we're going to politely pretend that his name is Paul Parker. Paul Parker Parkinson. And he's just like Pansy Parkinson, huh? Be nice to him. They thought it was hilarious, but they thought it was charming. And, everyone was disarmed by his baby face. He was so baby-faced. No one could tell how old he was. He was always lying about his age. And they would look at him and be all, is he old enough to drink? And he would say, of course I am. Would you look at me? Give me a vodka and Sprite. I'm old enough to drink. And they would shrug, and they were all, yeah, you know what, he's a vampire. He's old enough to drink. Sure, we believe you, kid. You're totally old enough to drink. And they would humor him, and they would give him the vodka and Sprite. Of course they would. And he drank it like a champ. And they thought it was real impressive and adorable. And then he would get the margarita glass, and he would get the little umbrella. He was real good at mixing the margarita. And he would say, have you seen my brother? It's fine if you haven't. You know what, do you want a margarita? He was number 5. And he was as handsome as Aidan Gallagher himself. Everyone humored him. Of course they did. He was adorable. And he was as handsome as Elliot Page. Of course, when he put on the pink suit and when he grew his hair out, some people were rude. Of course they were. This is America. They didn't like that he was growing his hair. They thought he looked like a hippie. He didn't give a toss. Of course he didn't give a toss. He knew that it didn't matter what they thought. Go ahead and call me Pansy Parkinson. You know what? From now on, my name is Sissy. Don't I look just like Dave? And then he dyed his hair pink. And he said, from now on, my name is Lars Barriga. Don't I look just like Lars Barriga? I'm a vampire, and I died, and then I rose from the grave, just like Klaus Hargreaves. But my name is not Klaus Hargreaves. Do I look like the seance? Obviously not. I'm number 5, and my name is Lars Barriga. And I'm 163. You better show me some respect. And they humored him. Of course they did. He was adorable. My child is an artist. Would you look at him? He's obviously an artist. He likes abstract art. Don't hug him. He is scared. And, he's an artist. You don't like his artwork? I'm totally doing it for the drama. I got him his own easel, because he's an artist. And don't worry about the rabbit. The rabbit is babysitting him. The rabbit is very happy to babysit him. Would you look at him? This little frog is an artist, and his babysitter is a rabbit. And the rabbit is always very happy to babysit. Obviously. So anyway, my child likes abstract art. He's real good. He's talented. He's just like Jamie the mailman. And the grown-ups like to indulge their children. So, we encourage the arts. Of course we do. This is a liberal community. And there's nothing we love more than a student film. Student films, everyone loves those. You don't want to be like Luther Hargreaves. He lost his virginity when he was 29. In season 1 of the Umbrella Academy, Luther Hargreaves finally loses his virginity at the ripe old age of 29. And Klaus laughed at him and said, congratulations. I lost my virginity a long time ago. 11 years ago. Your name is Morty Smith, and my name is Summer Smith. Are you still looking for Grandpa Rick? All of our grandparents are dead. My name is Summer. My birthday is April 2nd. Happy birthday to me. I'm obviously Summer Smith, and the reason they named me Summer Smith is because I was born on April 2nd. Therefore, I'm Summer Smith. Yeah, I used to be a redhead. But I didn't like being compared to MJ Watson. So my hair isn't red anymore. I used to have a ponytail, but I didn't like being compared to a horse. So I don't have a ponytail anymore. But I'm still Summer. You know what? Call me June. My birthday is April 2nd, but my new name is June. June 26th. High five, low five, number 26. Get in the DeLorean, Marty McFly. I mean, Morty Smith. Would you get in the DeLorean? It's time to go back to 2015. Am I being too subtle? It's been 10 years. It's been 10 years. And yeah, I get it. I'm totally the rainbow sheep of the family. I get it. And what did Diana say? I'm allowed to be a lesbian. Is that what Diana Trisha Dayano said? As of 2023, I'm allowed to be a lesbian. Thanks, Mommy. That's not good enough. You know what? My new name is Elizabeth. I'm a Beth clone. Aren't I old enough to be a Beth clone? I'm 29. I'm not Summer. And I don't want to be a lesbian Catholic. Let's pretend Rick died when Jesus was an 8-year-old boy. Except he didn't die when Jesus was an 8-year-old boy. Beth, the Beth clone, Diana Dayano, let's just say she had a lot to say about Grandpa Rick. But maybe she only confides these things in Summer and doesn't say anything to Morty. Who knows? But we're not here to talk about the Beth clone. We're here to talk about you, Morty Smith. Would you get in the DeLorean? It's 1988. And I think I just found Grandpa Rick in 1963. We need to get in the DeLorean. And we need to get to 1963. My name is the Kraken. I'm Summer Smith Kraken. And your name is Morty Smith McFly. Would you get in the DeLorean? Bollito, chicken, burro, blue, Democrat. Vote blue no matter who. Did you even vote? I didn't vote. I refused to vote. I abstained from voting. Doesn't matter. I'm going to politely pretend that you didn't vote. And you're going to politely say, yeah, I didn't vote. And then I will politely believe you. From the river to the sea. In any case, the purge. We are surrounded by cats. Grandpa Rick isn't here. It's just Summer Smith and Morty Smith trapped on the purge planet. What do you do? This is a pop quiz. You know what? My new name is Candace, and your name is Ferb. But congratulations. Good job, bro. You finally did it. And then Luther said that he didn't even remember what had happened. He woke up in bed next to her after partying with her. But he didn't even remember. Did he lose his virginity, or did he just fall asleep in bed next to her? And maybe she gave him a hug. And maybe, well, anyway, did you do the deed finally? I don't care if you did it with Anya or someone else. I don't care if she was older than you or younger than you. Please tell me you have finally lost it. You know, I'm just beginning to lose patience with my kid brother. It's clear to me that I am number 5 and you are number 6. Trying to talk to a religious family member is like having a conversation with a 5-year-old who does not understand the mechanics of the birds and the bees. You sit the 5-year-old down and you say, listen, your parents, they love each other very much. Yeah, of course they do. And when you were, before you existed, your Albert, he was a bumblebee. And Patricia, she was a flower. She was a petunia flower. And Alberto was Jesus Cristo himself. That's why everyone calls him Tio Chuy, because his name was Jesus. And everyone calls her Diana because her name was Petunia. But everyone knows Diana's real name is not Diana. Her real name is Patricia. And everyone knows Alberto's real name is not Alberto. His real name is Jesus. That's why they call him Tio Chuy. So you sit the 5-year-old down and you go, listen here, David, Dad, your daddy, he's totally a bumblebee. And Trisha, she is totally Narcissa, a flower, a pansy, a lily. And she's just like Petunia, because she's a jasmine flower. And Albert, Alvin, Al, he's just like the guy that owns Al's gym. He's just like Mr. Krabs. And my name is Squidward, huh? But you see, little David, he's a 5-year-old. He doesn't understand because he's religious. And he really wants to believe that Aphrodite is going to bless him if he gets the tarot cards and salt and draws a pentagram. Because he read a textbook written by Aleister Crowley. And everyone can trust what Aleister Crowley has to say about the dark arts. Aleister Crowley is the Half-Blood Prince. Therefore, my new name is Thelma Velma. There's no point in talking to a dumbass that believes in the sky gods. My brother, he was all, well, you know, in the Bible, they mention the pagan gods because the pagan gods are real. That's why the pagan gods are mentioned in the Bible. I wanted to pick up his Bible and smack him with it. David, the reason that the pagan gods are mentioned so often in the Bible is because during biblical times, the monotheistic God was competing with the polytheistic gods. That's why there were so many lectures about false idols. Hey, don't listen to their gods, listen to our gods. Our gods are better than their gods. My God is a singular God. He's the Holy Spirit and he's totally the Holy Trinity. But there's only one of him with 3 personalities. There's only one of him. But you know, sometimes he wants to be young. And sometimes he wants to be old. And sometimes he wants to be Joanna Rowling. So Joanna Rowling, she's the Holy Spirit. Dumbledore, he's Odin Allfather. Harry Potter, he's totally Jesus Cristo Chewbacca himself. Don't listen to the pagans. What do you want to listen to them for? We decided that Zeus, he's not the god of thunder. He is a demon. Loki, he's not the god of storytelling. He's the god of chaos. And he's Satan. Thor, he's not the god of the ocean. He is Neptune, and he's a demon. Duh. Don't listen to Neptune. Why would you want to listen to Poseidon, huh? Just because he's a handsome merman? You want to listen to Poseidon? Stay away from Aquaman. That's what was happening back then, David. But you know, David, he's a scholar, and he's a genius, and he's a protege, and he really studied his Bible, and he noticed some discrepancies. So he explained those discrepancies to himself, and he said, God is real, but Zeus is also real, and Aphrodite is also real. Dionysus, he's also real. My brother read the Bible, and the conclusion he took away from the Bible was that the Greek pantheon, real. The Egyptian gods, real. The Roman gods, real. And then he got Eastern, and he learned about the Buddha. And he was all, yeah, and they're also real. All those other gods are real. And then he started studying Islam. That's when I lost my temper. Benjamin, he really, really liked Jill. Season 2 of The Umbrella Academy. He was crushing on her. He fancied her. She was gorgeous. Of course she was gorgeous. And she was reading. And he was being a little creep. And he was watching her read. But then later, he figured out how to possess Klaus. And Jill was real happy to see Klaus. Everyone's always happy to see Klaus. And so she was like, hey, remember when we were 21 and we were playing Spin the Bottle? And Robert and me and you and Cecilia, we were playing Spin the Bottle. Do you remember? Before I had my kids, don't you remember, Andy? Klaus, don't you remember the good old days? And Benjamin was trying to tell her that he was a virgin that was just impersonating Klaus. And he didn't actually know what he was doing. And she was confused because she had spent a lot of quality time with Klaus. That was season 2 of the Umbrella Academy. So in season 1, you were Luther. In season 2, you were Benjamin. But then season 3 came around, and you were Diego. And this lovely foreigner, Lila Pitts, her name is totally Lila Pitts, and she dyed her hair blonde, and everyone believes that she's a natural blonde. And she comes up to Diego with a kid, and she's all, this kid is your kid. I just decided, I totally time traveled, and this is your kid, so babysit him. In season 3, you were Diego, and Anya was Lila Pitts. But we're not in season 3 anymore, we're in season 4. What's your name, David? What's up, Jerry? Geraldo? Aren't you a mouse? A brown mouse. My name is Tom, I'm obviously the cat, and your name is Jerry, because you look like Jerry Smith. Is your name not Geraldo? What's your name? David. Diego. D. David. How do you do? Your birthday is over. It's nice to meet you. My name is Oz. Oz. But my friends call me Gilbert. Don't I look like Gilbert? Or do I look like Alice? Pandora Hearts. Pandora Hearts. Pandora Hearts. Don't you remember the anime, huh? There was Alice, and you thought she was hot. There was Oz, and I thought he's awesome. And then there was Gilbert, Raven, and I thought he was hot. He was real tall, he was real emo, and his hair was jet black. I don't look like Gilbert, obviously. My name is Oz. But I've met Gilbert. His name was Stein. And I said to Gilbert, hey, don't I look like Oz? I got the shorts, checkered plaid. I got the vest. I got the white button up. Don't I look like Oz? You should be Gilbert, and I'll be Oz. Fine, I'll be CL, Phantom Hive, and you will be Sebastian. Because you're sexy, you're as handsome as Sebastian Nicholas himself. So Stein, your name's not Stein. Your name is Prince Eric, and I'm totally Ariel, huh? I'm Ariel, and you are Prince Eric. I am CL Phantom Hive, and you are Sebastian. I am Oz, and you are Gilbert. I'm the short king, and you are the tall woman that looks like a boy. Nozaki-kun? Anyway, David, hey, what's up? Are you old enough for the birds and the bees? Or is 28 not old enough? You're 28. Please tell me you've lost your virginity by